Hey there, this is Kevin with the Sampleist, and today we're looking at the Yangqin and Bombay Glassware 2 instruments now available from Insanity Samples. You'll need a full version of Contact, as these are not compatible with the free Contact player. With these instruments, Insanity Samples is offering some richly sampled world sounds and a user-friendly engine designed to fire up your creative approach. Rather than listing articulations as individual patches, each articulation is visibly laid out with a grid-like interface, allowing you to integrate them into unique patches organized by combining the articulation itself or the note velocity. This feature creates a wonderful usability to them and a wealth of combinations to let you really tailor their use. It's worth noting that the free bamboo flute download from Insanity Samples is also a wonderful and ideal accompaniment to each of these libraries as well. The Yangqin is a 2 GB download for $65 and features 8 core articulations, 1 mix signal, and up to 8 round robins with 4 dynamic layers, each of these being articulation dependent. Bombay Glass 2 is a 3 GB download for $64. It features 6 core articulations, 1 mix signal, and up to 10 round robins and 4 dynamic layers, again each articulation dependent. In this video we're going to explore the sounds and features of both libraries, and then we'll check out an ambient piece of music I composed by using both of these libraries together. I'd like to thank Insanity Samples for sending us over a copy of these instruments so we can make this video. When we receive these libraries for free, it doesn't in any way cloud our thoughts, ideas, or judgments. We're just working composers giving you our insights on the hard work from the developers who support us. Let's get started. The Yangqin is a Chinese variant of the more commonly known hammered dulcimer. What gives this specific instrument such a unique character are the bamboo mallets that strike the string, which can be fixed with soft leather heads for a gentler, rounder sound. Your mod wheel for this plugin will control the dynamics of your rolls, mimicking the amount of intensity the bamboo strikes the string with. Any of the parameters within the interface can be assigned to external MIDI controllers for hands-on control when it comes to automation or crafting your own patches. Some other articulations you might want to take note of are these great ricochets. This is when you let the mallet just kind of bounce on the string a little bit to get a secondary hit. At the bottom, you'll see tabs for key switch, overlay, and 2 performance modes. Performance mode is the GUI feature that will really let your music shine. This is where you'll be able to blend several articulations within a single patch triggered by what articulations you choose to include and or the velocity threshold that triggers them. Here's the default performance patch that loads. So as you can see, it really gives a nice variation to the patch where everything doesn't really sound the same. These features are also very easily customizable. You'll have to turn on the articulation that you want to include before you change the velocity sensitivity. The ARP tab will open the arpeggiator feature of the library, where you'll easily be able to program patterns as you would with a standard arpeggiator. Here's one. This is going to affect the last patch or articulation that you loaded, so if you're playing a performance patch, it's going to load the performance patch and behave accordingly. The polystep feature is going to offer another level of programmability and is a way for you to generate time-based sequences. You can layer up to 6 We'll dig a little deeper into that when we look at the Bombay Glass 2 plugin. Clicking on the Effects tab brings up reverb, delay, and a stereo spread. The demo cue you'll hear later features two banks of performance mode Yangqin, one of which engages a heavy interface generated delay and also implements the stereo spread feature. And both tracks in the demo engage the plugin's onboard reverb, which is the only effect of the three that's switched on by default. Here's what adding some delay and a stereo spread does. This is extra cool with a ricochet, a roll, or a double pick articulation, and depending on the delay time and feedback level, can go a long way in creating different underlying rhythms or spacey ambience, particularly if you automate these features or use an external controller to manipulate these parameters. The playability of the Insanity Samples Yangqin offers an instrument you can treat a lot like a guitar, piano, or harp, with the timbre lending a slightly more unique color to your track. While the ethnic character of the Yangqin is undeniable and makes the immediately obvious application occidentally flavored world music, the uniqueness of sound makes it a delightful substitute for any harmonic or melodic instrument with a comparable attack and decay in a variety of musical settings. Let's jump into the Bombay Glass 2 now. Gorgeous sounds there from the default patch that loads 4 different layers of articulations. The Bombay Glass 2 plugin loads 6 articulations of glass that's been struck with soft rubber mallets or bowed either by finger or cello bow in a GUI that's very similar to the Yangqin's. Bombay Glass 2's interface offers the same kinds of control with tabs for key switch, overlay, and performance modes at the bottom. The overlay features a really great way to create a much larger soundscape, and the ability to velocity trigger each layer is a great extra bit of control over your patches. If you want to disengage the mallets at a lower velocity so they only engage occasionally, I can switch the boxes below the threshold off like this, and then now the mallets will be less prominent. If I want to make this feature a little bit more pad-like, I just have to increase the attack. This is actually something that I do in the demo track. If I pull up the mallet strikes on their own, let me go over here to key switching and just pull up one articulation. And then really move this attack up. It's almost got like a glass harp sound to it. Your mod wheel is just going to control your expression, but any of these parameters are assignable to an external MIDI controller for automation or real-time control. Let's explore some of the other features of the library. The Effects tab works much like it does in the Yangqin plugin, offering reverb, delay, and a stereo spread. But there's also the addition of a filter here, which gives an extra level of synth control that works great with the ARP and polystep features, and especially if you automate any of these parameters or assign them to a MIDI controller for a hands-on approach. Let's hear what this filter sounds like. can incorporate the polystep and art features of the GUI to create movement and rhythm from any of the bass articulations or from one of the performance modes. Here's an example of some short bowed notes with the arpeggiator engaged. The polystep feature in the Bombay Glass and Yangqin plugin is actually going to let you layer up to 6 sequences for more complexity. Let's engage one of these sequences here. That's with the short horse bows engaged. Let's try one of the other. Let's try the finger bows. That's really, really cool. Really nice sound to the glass while these samples kind of have this really great motion to them. If you want to engage another pattern, you have to program it in. So that's off now, and this is just one. Bombay Glass 2 is a great way to enrich any recording with a unique atmosphere. Whether your track calls for long or short articulations, or if you need something that might fit into the mix more like a synth engine with its polystep and ARP features, Bombay Glass 2 is a fantastic addition to any template for composers who are producing ambient, hybrid, or synth-based music. Film composers working with drama, sci-fi, or horror genres would likely find it an immediately useful tool to have available, as well as any artist that might be looking for a creative way to deviate from their go-to ensemble string or pad patches. The beautiful bell-like sounds from the mallet strikes alone might have you even consider it as a colorful addition to a holiday track you're working out. Some quick notes about the demo track for you. I created an ambient track with a world flare to show some of what you could do with these two instruments. I used 2 tracks of performance modes for each, the Yangqin and Bombay Glass 2 in the demo. I also have the Insanity Samples bamboo flute in there as well. That's a free download you can get right from the developer. The only other things I added were just a couple vocal patches to fill it out a little more, especially in the bottom register. I hope you like it. I'm just going to say it. These are great. Easy to use and applicable to a wide range of musical styles. Each of these plugins affordably offers a highly playable instrument with a lot of programmability, complete with some gorgeous sounding samples. While they're obvious choices for anyone looking for world-inspired sounds, with the right amount of imagination, they can also be applied to seriously diverse applications for composers and producers looking to add unique colorations to a range of hip-hop, electronic, techno, hybrid, ambient, or other style cues. I want to be sure to thank Insanity Samples once again for sending over a copy of each of these libraries. They were inspiring to play and a sincere joy to create with. For any questions you may still have, you can check out their walkthrough. Please don't forget to like and share this video and subscribe to our page. It helps us out immensely, and you can make sure to stay updated on great instruments like these. Thanks. We'll see you next time.